Hi, so we are testing out our homemade bath bomb recipes to see which one we think is the most effective. So if you look at these bath bombs, we got different recipes here, A, B, C, and D. And they each are a little different. A and D are kind of yellowy, and C is a softer bath bomb. B looks like it has kind of big air bubbles in it. D is very crumbly, like it just falls apart really easily. So I'm going to be adding these bath bombs into about the same amount of water at a cool temperature, and we're going to see what happens. So I'll try to kind of add them pretty close to the same time, but I'll start with D and C. Here we go. So those are the ones that don't do nearly as much, but you can see D is starting to break apart. And then I'm going to do A and B. Watch those over here. So A, like lots of bubbles right away and kind of disperse real fast. B is still bubbling. Okay, so A's bubbles are gone, but it did have a cool little thing. B is still bubbling. If I want to go for the most bubbles, B is still going. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. Let's see. Can you see on top there? So C has some kind of big bubbles escaping, but it's still like all kind of solid. All right, B's completely gone now. Yellow, the A and D both smell a little bit like lemonade. D is just kind of sticking at the bottom. It's got some residue there at the bottom. You can kind of see it's still there. Hasn't really dissolved yet. C is not doing much. So in this cool temperature, C is kind of the worst. But I did want to take a little second to show you. If you put C in warm water, so I got some extra warm water here, see if there's a difference. Okay, so now C is bubbling a whole bunch. And you can actually hear it. It's making large, big, noisy bubbles. If we had more access to hot water in our classroom, then that might be the best one to work with. But since we don't, the one with the most bubbles was B. I know a lot of people liked A the best because it did a kind of a cool thing, but it did not produce nearly as many bubbles.